There are a lot of new laws going on the books this week, July 1st. And one of the most hot button issues that we followed in our state for years, it is the medical cannabis law. SB 220 was signed into law by Governor Brian Kemp this year, and it is really loosening the reins on who can get access to this life-saving treatment. We're talking people with cancer, with lupus, a lot of people who are already using medical cannabis in Georgia, but we just don't know about it. And now that this expansion is happening, who else qualifies? Joining me now to talk more about everything surrounding this law is Tim Morey, the Chief Sales Officer at Trulieve. Tim, we thank you for being with us here today to kind of just like really break this down for us, because as you said, we were talking in the commercial break, a lot of people don't know how many people in Georgia are already being prescribed medical cannabis. So let's start with the state of medical cannabis in Georgia right now.
Yeah, so right now, as you said, July 1st, right, we have the new vaporization rule, SB 220, expanding the conditions for a lot of the patients in the state. There's currently 36,000 patients in the state, which most people don't know about, and over 700 qualifying physicians. So we really thank the GMCC for, passing this law in the expansion, because it is going to help so many people get off of opioids and other drugs. So it's fantastic that we're getting to do that.
And so now who can qualify in comparison to those 36,000? Who is now able to go to a physician and say, I would like to explore this option?
Yeah, so, anyone can actually go talk to their physicians about this expansion. There's also telemed in the state as well. So you can go to any of those and have a conversation with those doctors about the qualifying conditions. The list is extremely long, but as you said, lupus, HIV, IBS, all just were added as well to the previous qualifying conditions. And then also, before it was an end-of-life condition, and they've taken that away as well. So it expands the health and wellness to so many more people in the state.
Yeah, because people are like, I could not have to go to end of life
right.
if I can have a better quality of life as I'm dealing with this illness. And so you touched on it briefly with the first question. Vaporizers are now legal here under this law for patients who are managing things like sudden flare-ups or breakthrough pain. Why does that matter so much compared to other forms of treatment?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the vaporization, so you'll be able to use flower, what people know as traditional vapes, and then also concentrates are all three new products that are being expanded. And with that, the onset of these is normally anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes. A lot of the previous, pills and tinctures and things of that nature, they would take an hour to 3 hours for onset. And when you're in a crisis situation, right, a lot of times you need that relief faster than that.
Yeah.
And so this gives that fast relief for those individuals that need it.
I love that, knowing so many loved ones with things like MS and just seeing the difference that is made in their lives, because I'm from Michigan, a state that's, further along here in the legalization of it. Just seeing how life-changing it's been sort of like makes you think like, whoa, I wish everybody could experience this, right? But for someone watching right now who thinks that I could qualify for this, but I'm a little scared, or the rejection, or not knowing if I do, walk us through the process of getting that card.
Yeah, so you just need to reach out to, you can use your local physician. You can go on to our website at trulieve.com, pick Georgia, go down to the bottom and actually find a doctor. Put your zip code in, and it has doctors that will qualify you scattered throughout the state. It'll also have some of the telemeds that you can call and have a conversation with as well.
What is your most urgent message to Georgians who want to have this card or at least have this process started before the law takes effect?
Yeah, unfortunately, you might have missed that window a little bit, right? It usually takes about 2 to 3 days to get it.
Okay.
But you should be able to still get it, within the week.
Even that's good to know, 2 to 3 days. People may think this is a month-long process.
Yeah, no, the state has done a phenomenal job, and the GMCC has done a great job at making sure that flows through. And so, yeah, you'll be able to get it, but it'll take a little bit of time to work your way through the process. So you just go out to to the doctor, find out what you need, have a conversation with them, and then go ahead and get set up with your card, and then you'll be able to come into one of the stores.
You talked about Georgia being very unique as it relates to how our pharmacies would be involved. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, so Georgia is the only state in the country that actually allows pharmacies to actually prescribe cannabis. So right now we have our products in over 20 stores in the state. And what we're all about is trying to expand across the state and give this great plant to everyone, and the ability to get it. And so the Pharmacy Act actually helps you get to all the pharmacies across the state. So there is a significant group that are approaching it and talking about it. I think you'll see a lot more expansion of that program as this goes forward.
And outside of the pharmacy, you guys have a lot of different locations across our area. Tell me what you are doing to celebrate this expansion and how people can come out and get more information at your stores.
Yeah, we currently have 6 stores across the state, the 7th coming in the Dunwoody area. And this July 1st, on Wednesday, we're going to have some big events at all of our different dispensaries. But then at our Marietta location, 220 Cobb Parkway, we're going to have a lot of individuals out there, some professional athletes as well, and people, doctors that can talk to you, that can help you actually get certified for a card there as well. And if you just have questions, they're there to answer. As well as any of our locations, my staffs are always open to consulting and helping people understand cannabis better.
Are we seeing scenarios where people who need this, should have this, are being denied their card in our state, or do we have a pretty good success rate on making sure that this gets in the hands of people who literally need it?
I haven't heard of anybody who's actually gone out and has certified for a card that hasn't received it. So, previously the conditions were a little bit tighter.
Yeah.
So with this, opening up of the conditions, I think, you're going to see a lot more people enter into the program. We've seen, just since this was signed in, we've already seen another 2,000 people actually sign up over the last 4 weeks. So we expect the expansion to continue.
All right, Tim Morey, thank you so much. But truly, we appreciate you being here with us.